These are my two pin lights that are powered by two AAA batteries. The top is the UltraTac A3, and then the bottom is the ThorFire PF04. I just saw today that Sofern now has one of these, and there's a couple other companies obviously that have some of these, but these are the two that I have. So I just wanted to show y'all the difference between these two, kind of help you out if y'all are wanting to make a decision on purchasing one of these. I'm going to show you the difference right now just in length. The UltraTac is winning with a little bit shorter length. I like the clip on both of these. They're comfortable, and I will say the UltraTac is winning in my mind because this clip on the UltraTac allows it to drop down a little bit further, not by much, but just a tad bit further into the pocket. Overall length, and then dropping down further in the pocket, the UltraTac has been a little bit more comfortable to carry. It's also a little bit less in diameter. The UltraTac is kind of hard to notice the amount of diameter that you have at the light source, but up here you can notice that there's a little bit less diameter on the UltraTac. Another note that I wanted to bring out is the rubber type button on the ThorFire, whereas you have this metal button on the UltraTac. One thing that I wasn't crazy about with the UltraTac and the ThorFire wins on this one is when you turn the ThorFire on, it's kind of like a solid, kind of more of a solid feeling button to where you can throttle through the different power levels, and it's easier to manipulate that short press and then turning it back off. And then notice by listening to this UltraTac, you have the same amount of click for turning it on, but for the throttling through of the power levels, I'm having to be really careful not to press too far, because if I press too far, I turn it off. Not winning in regards to that, in my opinion. It's a very fickle, not fickle, but just not a lot of room for throttling through the power levels. I mean, I'm literally trying to even show you on camera what I'm talking about here, and it's hard to show how much I'm pressing that button, because if I press it too much, I wind up turning it off. Hope that helps. Hope that gives you an idea of that switch versus that switch. But then everything else, like I said, the size, the diameter, really liking this UltraTac. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and turn these both on in their lowest setting. See, I just turned it off. Give you an idea. The ThorFire wins for lowest power level. ThorFire is much lower in lumen versus that UltraTac. I'm just confirming, yeah, I am on the lowest setting. And then the tint, you're not really going to get an idea of the tint until we go find a dark place, give you all some beam shots. Another thing that I wanted to do while we're still in the light is let you check out, you've got a smooth reflector with the ThorFire. Trying to get it on camera, getting the camera to focus is a little bit challenging with such a small little reflector. But anyway, smooth reflector, and then somewhat of an orange peel. It's kind of like an in-between. There you go. It's kind of showing up now. Let me try that with the ThorFire. That worked out really good. There's that smooth reflector with the ThorFire. And then, again, somewhat of an orange peel. One thing I haven't done, and I do need to do, we'll do that here in a second when we get in the dark. I see a little bit of a green ring around this UltraTac. I've only been carrying this for a little bit now, and I haven't had it out in the dark. We need to check that and see if that's glow in the dark, or is that just colored like that just for fun? Let's go find out. Guess that answers my question. It does glow. So we have a little glow ring, whereas the ThorFire doesn't. It doesn't last for too terribly long. I just had it on the highest setting, and it's already getting pretty dim. I can see it with the naked eye a little bit better than you can with the camera. But it does have a glow ring, so UltraTac for the win on a glow ring. Now, let's go ahead and shine some grass up. That's the highest setting. And now let's bring the ThorFire up next to it. So we got the UltraTac on the right, ThorFire on the left, and we'll get an idea of the tint here in a little bit up against a wall. But they're both putting out a pretty good amount of light. I'm gonna guesstimate with my eyes, no crazy expensive equipment here. Both of these lights are looking like they're equals at around 300 lumen. Let's take these to a nice wall somewhere and get an idea of the tint between the two. Again, the UltraTac on the right, ThorFire on the left. UltraTac's going to be a little bit cooler, whereas the ThorFire is more of a neutral tint. ThorFire for the win on the tint, in my opinion and in my preference, because I prefer that more neutral color on the left hand side over there up against this brick wall. I'll tell you something else that the ThorFire is winning on. I'm holding all the way to the end on the ThorFire, not warm at all. I mean, it is maintaining a nice temperature of just what my hand temperature is. UltraTac holding it all the way to the end, and that little sucker's getting warm. Not gonna burn me or anything crazy like that, but it is definitely a little bit warmer than the ThorFire. On this wall, it's looking like the UltraTac's a little bit brighter, but out in the open over there, even with the naked eye, they looked equal. Pretty interesting. Well, if y'all have any questions, hit it up in the comments. That was the comparison between the two. Thanks for watching.